Looking for the best night's sleep? We've got it down to a science.
Sleeping with socks on versus no socks.
It causes your core to cool a little bit, which helps with sleep onset.
Looking to lose weight, stress less, look better? What you need to know from A to Z's. Plus, see why this sleep cream is a dream come true and how it saved one man's life.
I sleep 7 to 8 hours, perfect sleep every night.
Could a sleep divorce be the secret to a happy marriage?
Men tend to benefit from co-sleeping. Women tend to see a decrease in sleep efficiency.
Plus, what are Dr. Phil's sleep secrets? And does sleeping with a pet mean sleeping in the doghouse? Hear what Dr. Phil has to say. Put on your best PJs. Sleep Science begins right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Sonia Azad, Merit TV's health and wellness expert. Welcome to Sleep Science, brought to you by Sleep Cream. The next half hour can change your life. You know, research shows that 1 in 3 adults in the U.S. don't get enough rest or sleep every day, and nearly 40% of you say at least once a month you can't even keep your eyes open during the day. Too little sleep can really cause a long list of health issues, including weight gain. We've got 2 of the leading sleep experts with us in the country. Terry Crawley is over in our makeshift bedroom. She is a registered nurse and a certified clinical sleep educator with the Better Sleep Council. She's also co-author of Snoozeby and the Great Big Bedtime Battle and Sleeping Your Way to the Top. But let's begin with Dr. Julie Fratantoni, a cognitive neuroscientist. Dr. Julie, good to have you here.
Great to be here.
You know, you and I have talked a lot about sleep, the benefits of sleep and the lack of sleep. Connect the dots for us between brain health and proper sleep.
So if you are lacking sleep, it drastically affects your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain that controls really important executive functions like problem solving, decision making, judgment, planning, organization. All of these cognitive functions are affected when we don't get enough sleep.
Is there such thing as sleep debt? What happens then to your brain if you're not getting enough sleep?
So when we sleep, we have a system called the glymphatic system that comes through and it cleans away the toxins that build up during the day. So this only happens when you're sleeping. So if you miss out on sleep, then you miss out on that waste removal process, and it tends to just accumulate and have a host of negative effects.
How much sleep should we get every night, or as consistently as possible? We hear 7 to 8 hours, but usually when I say that to people, they roll their eyes. They're like, oh, must be nice, that'd be great.
7 to 9 hours is what the research would support every adult needs. We really want to stick to a consistent schedule, so the same sleep time and wake time, because you have a 24-hour circadian rhythm that likes to stay consistent. And really, by getting that consistent sleep of 7 to 9 hours a night, your body's going to have the energy that it needs to perform during the day.
So I always hear that it's really good, if you can, to wake up with the sun and then go to sleep, or at least start winding down or relaxing when it gets dark outside. Is that true?
Absolutely, yeah. We were made to be in tune. The brain, specifically the suprachiasmatic nucleus, is really sensitive to light. And so light is what signals to the brain that it's time to be alert and awake and wake up for the day. As the light changes, as the sun goes down, that also helps signal to the brain that it's preparing in time for sleep.
This might sound like a silly question, but how do you know that you're tired? In terms of cognition, is it forgetting words? Is it not being present in a conversation? How do you know when you're tired?
You could tell if you have increased moodiness or increased impulsivity or maybe lack of empathy. Those things drastically get affected. It's also harder to tell if you're tired if you consume caffeine. It's an adenosine blocker, and so that's what prevents the brain from getting the signal that you're tired.
What are you doing these days to help to promote your sleep as not just an expert, but just a person who is also trying to sleep 7 to 9 hours a night?
Yes, I think the most important thing is that consistent bedtime. It's a lot harder. Usually we don't have as much control over the morning. We have to wake up at a certain time to be ready, but bedtime tends to get pushed. We tend to sacrifice sleep. So I think that's one thing of just having a boundary of knowing that the sleep that I get is what's going to help me perform better the next day. On a practical level, what that looks like in the evenings is having a wind down routine, really being able to step away from technology. This is the hardest one. But I would say 30 minutes. Science would recommend an hour to 2 hours to be off of all technology, but I think what's realistic is probably 30 to 45 minutes before bed to put away your devices and then do a calming activity like taking a bath or reading or journaling to help your system prepare for sleep.
Dr. Julie Frantoni, thank you so much. Great advice. Okay, Terry, let me kick things over to you. So can you tell us where, when, and how we should sleep?
Okay, so the mattress, or the sleep surface, I call it, is vitally important to our sleep health and ultimately our well-being and quality of life. I talk to way too many people that have had the same mattress for years and years and years, and that does not maintain comfort and support quality sleep. So we need to make sure that every 8 to 10 years, we look for the most appropriate sleep surface to get our best sleep. And I would go so far as to say the mattress, the sleep surface, is one of the most important healthcare products in anyone's home, because that's how important sleep is. So we want to make sure that we get the best surface for not only us as a sleeper, but if you have a bed partner, really make it a point to try a mattress out, to lie on it in different positions in your preferred sleeping position, and really find a sleep surface that's relaxing and oh so comfortable and gives you that aha feeling the second you lie down.
All right, Terry, we're going to check back in with you in a little bit, but I want to bring in Steve Cleary, someone who knows how dangerous it is to be sleep deprived. Spoiler alert, Steve has found the secret to a great night's sleep. Steve, tell us about your insomnia, because I think this is something that a lot of people can relate to.
It was really bad, and I found myself working till all hours of the night, 3, 4 in the morning. I found myself drinking myself to sleep. You know, it's even hard to talk about now because you don't want to realize that, but I knew I wasn't alone. Other people were having the same issues. My wife was saying, it's not healthy. You can't be doing that. But I'm like, I can't sleep. And so I would just work till 3 or 4 in the morning, get up at the sunrise and only have like 4 hours of sleep. I was gaining weight. I was becoming more agitated. I mean, it was just ruining my life.
Could you have pinpointed the lack of sleep to one particular reason, or did you even get that far?
There was a lot of anxiety, and I think people don't realize how much their brain is racing. And I actually think anxiety became depression. And I actually, while my friends might not have said, Steve's depressed, I really think I was entering depression, and I think it was all the anxiety and lack of sleep that was just a really bad snowball effect.
Aside from your wife kind of nudging you, what was rock bottom for you? What was the point when you thought, I have to do something to turn things around?
There was one night I was working and I looked at the empty wine bottles and I knew something had to change. I thought I was going to die. And I could just feel things getting worse and worse for me. And I actually remember praying out loud. I said, God, don't let me die. But I didn't know how to escape it. I mean, I felt like I had no hope. It was just kind of a prayer where I needed a miracle in my life.
And how did the miracle appear for you?
You know, it was not as I expected. So my wife and I were promoting a movie. We were in an RV driving across the country. And my wife said, I'm going to stop drinking for Lent. She wasn't a heavy drinker, but she said, I'm going to quit for Lent in our church. And I said, I'm not going to quit drinking because I won't sleep, honey. But after about a little while, I said, okay. I said, I'm going to quit as well. Well, when I quit drinking, I couldn't sleep. And we were in a small RV. And so I couldn't turn on the TV, I couldn't turn on the lights. I would just lay on the couch and just look at the ceiling. And I said, what am I going to do? And then I remembered a friend of mine had told me that CBD can help you sleep. And I didn't understand CBD. I didn't know the difference between CBD and marijuana. I was like, no, I'm not going to try it. And I'd actually hid it in a compartment in the RV. He gave it to me while I was on the road.
The CBD?
The CBD.
Wow.
So I got up and I pulled it out, opened the drawer, pulled it out. It was buried. And I put some on and I slept. And the next morning, I told my wife, I'm like, I can't believe it. I used this CBD that I don't even understand what it is, and I slept. And she said, you just slept because you were so tired from being up on this whole trip. I wasn't sleeping really at all. So the next night, I tried it again, and I slept. And she goes, nope. She still didn't believe me. The next night, I put it on the dog. We had a very anxious dog, and the dog slept, and I slept. And people say, really? And I'm like, yeah, really, that's what I did. And then my wife tried it on the 4th night, and she said, it works. I had a great night's sleep. But the problem was, I had headaches, I had nausea, I was sleeping, but I had all these side effects from the CBD. So I didn't like the CBD, but I liked that I could sleep.
And then you came up with something different, and we're gonna talk about that when we come back. Thank you, Steve. We'll be back with more sleep science right after this.
Next on Sleep Science, to nap or not to nap? That is the question. Plus, what would you do for a great night's sleep? The answer is inside this bottle.
Well, there is nothing more frustrating than tossing and turning in your bed, your mind racing, and you're thinking, gosh, I'll never fall asleep. From warm milk to melatonin to prescription meds, there's no shortage of sleep aids. But what about CBD, the active ingredient found in sleep cream? More and more studies show that CBD helps people to fall asleep and stay asleep. Many CBD products are oil-based. Sleep Cream's pharmaceutical-grade CBD crystals are over 99% pure, sourced from known small-batch domestic hemp farmers. But is it safe? According to Harvard Medical School, for most adults, CBD appears to be a very safe product. The CBD in Sleep Cream is 99% pure CBD isolate. It's THC-free as well. So this is not a hallucinogenic, and it is not addictive. So the short answer is CBD in Sleep Cream is safe and it's legal. As always, consult your physician before using any product to help you sleep, including Sleep Cream.
Trouble sleeping? We can help. It's not another prescription or drug. It's a cream. Sleep Cream is a safe topical cream made from natural ingredients and plant extracts. Just rub it on your skin. It truly works. Better sleep from the very first night, and your purchase is guaranteed.
To order, visit sleepcream.com to start sleeping better guaranteed. And for a limited time, save 20% on your first order by using code MERIT at checkout at sleepcream.com.
Welcome back to Sleep Science. I'm Sonia Azad here with Terry Crawley and Dr. Julie Fratantoni, my sleep dream team, as I like to say. We're going to play a game here and ask you guys questions about hot topics, so to speak, in the world of sleep, and we'll just go right through them.
Sounds good.
Okay. First of all, TVs in the bedroom, yes or no?
No.
No.
Give me a reason why.
Glowing lights, they can really affect you even if they're very low.
Okay, to nap or not to nap?
It depends. You know, if you missed some sleep the night before, was the dog barking next door and you're tired, grab a nap, power nap. Maybe make it about 30 minutes or under, and that way you don't get that grogginess afterward. But it can really help avoid sleep debt.
Naps are great if they're not too close to bedtime, and keeping them shorter, like 20 minutes is great.
Okay, yeah, so my naps at an hour and a half does not count. How about a sleep divorce?
Ooh. Okay, so I don't like the phrase sleep divorce.
Yeah.
I think it's called solo sleeping, independent sleep, because it's a tall order for bed partners. Some may like it hot, some like it cold, firm mattress, soft mattress. Lots of different things that can affect your sleep. So if you need to sleep separately, it's fine to do that. The most important thing for a relationship is good sleep, because then we're better people, nicer people, more understanding. It's better.
So true. Thoughts on a sleep separation?
There's research to support both. It's been shown that actually there are some gender differences. Men tend to benefit from co-sleeping with longer sleep duration, whereas women tend to see a decrease in sleep efficiency. Sleep efficiency is just for the amount of time you're in bed, how much of that are you actually asleep?
Wow, okay. Women like to be a little more independent, I get it. Memo received. Okay, how about sleeping with socks on versus no socks? Does this even matter?
Yeah.
It can cool your core. If you warm your feet, it causes your core to cool a little bit, which helps with sleep onset.
Yeah, so the temperature of your sleep environment is really important. You want a cooler environment to sleep, and so if socks help with that, then great.
Okay, socks for me, plus a robe, plus pajamas, plus everything else, but cool environment, got it. All right, thank you both. Lots more sleep science to come.
Next on Sleep Science, Dr. Phil sleepwalks down memory lane. Well, kind of.
Studies continue to show the benefits of CBD, including how it helps you to stay asleep and wake up well-rested. But not all CBD is the same. While many CBD products are oil-based, Sleep Cream's pharmaceutical-grade CBD crystals are over 99% pure, sourced from known small-batch domestic hemp farmers. There's a distinct difference in quality. And Sleep Cream uses 8 times the amount of CBD found in leading competitors' products. While some CBD oils can be gross and smell bad, Sleep Cream uses natural and organic ingredients to give it a soothing lavender scent. Unlike marijuana, Sleep Cream is 100% THC-free. It does not cause a high, and you won't fail a drug test regardless of the amount you use. CBD in Sleep Cream is safe and it's legal. This makes it the world's first and finest non-melatonin CBD-infused cream for sleep.
Trouble sleeping? We can help. It's not another prescription or drug. It's a cream. Sleep Crème is a safe topical cream made from natural ingredients and plant extracts. Just rub it on your skin. It truly works. Better sleep from the very first night, and your purchase is guaranteed.
To order, visit sleepcreme.com to start sleeping better guaranteed. And for a limited time, save 20% on your first order by using code MERIT at checkout at sleepcreme.com.
All right, welcome back, Steve. It is good to be with you. Thank you so much for sharing parts of your story. Your insomnia was quite literally a nightmare. How did you go from that to sleeping like a baby?
I'm glad you asked, because sleep is so critical. And when I created Sleep Crème, it was like a miracle. I mean, to have a natural product and something in a topical cream that you could rub on your body. And for me, you know, I rub it on my feet. To rub on your feet and actually sleep better. 9 out of 10 times, I sleep 7 to 8 hours, perfect sleep every night.
That sounds like a dream for a lot of people.
Well, I mean, it was, and it was a dream for me because, you know, really my health depended on it.
Sure. So you developed this cream. Tell us about the process of doing that. How do you come up with this?
It took a lot of research. And fortunately, my friends and family were willing to be guinea pigs, and we were using safe products. So we started out with a very natural, organic cream, and really a hydration cream that you could sell just by itself. And then we studied how to infuse the right CBD into that cream. And so we use a CBD crystal. We don't use CBD oil. We use a pharmaceutical grade CBD crystal. And we go through a shearing process. And we have to shear those particles to a nano size, and it suspends it in the cream. So when you feel the cream, you're not feeling something that would be gritty or like this salty or something. You're feeling a silky, smooth cream. And once we got the balance between how to make it, we had to buy some very expensive equipment, and to infuse it into the cream, then we added the lavender scent. And so over the course of a year, once we found all that magic, put it all together, yeah, it was amazing, the end product, to be that silky smooth cream.
And why a cream?
I don't want to criticize what other people are making, but I don't want to go to a store and buy a gummy bear that had CBD in it and eat a gummy bear to sleep better. And I wanted to know what I was putting in my mouth. And so when I realized that CBD can be effective as a cream, you have to use a hydration cream because it's going to go into the second skin layer, the dermal layer. It's going to hit your nerve endings, and it's going to go to your brain and create that homeostasis where it's just a balance, and it's going to help relax your brain and all these neurotransmissions that are firing at night that are keeping you from sleeping. And a lot of people don't understand that CBD can be delivered to your system topically, which is so much safer than something you would eat.
I feel like we used to hear that that's not as effective if you're delivering topically, but you're saying that's not the case.
It really isn't. So if you were to pour water on your skin, it would roll off, right? But by mixing oil and water in the right hydration and creating an emulsified cream, it's the same thing as like if you had dry skin and you wanted to put a really good cream or a buttercream on your skin, it would be the same type of cream. It's going into your skin layers. And what other people did is they added chemicals to a topical cream that they were trying to drive it past your skin into your bloodstream, which is actually very dangerous. And they actually used a paint thinner to do that with. And so through our research, we wanted to stick with a organic, natural hydration cream as the base to deliver the CBD. And it really works.
So how does it feel, not just topically, but how does it make you feel once you've applied it? You said you put it on your feet.
I do.
Yeah.
I put it on my feet.
Okay.
But people say, why your feet? And it's because of your nerve endings. You know, if you were to take a pin and poke the bottom of your foot, you would really feel that, right? Or even poke the top of your foot. So those are where the nerve endings are. I feel the relaxation within 5 minutes. And it's not making you tired. It's making you relaxed. Your body will do what it's supposed to do once you relax. And so that's really the trick to a lot of people having struggle with sleep and insomnia. Their brain is just going a mile a minute. They're anxious, but they don't know they're anxious. And when you calm that down, your body wants to sleep. And so it just goes into its natural thing that God designed it to do in the first place.
So, for instance, the muscle tension eases, the thoughts might become slower. instead of that rapid fire pinging around in
Exactly.
your brain, stuff like
I
that.
mean, you think, what do, right? Our lights are on all day. We're looking at our phones. It's a bright screen. We're just consumed with all of this information and all this light.
Yeah.
One of the most important things is to quiet your mind. So you just need a calming effect. And most people, if you're honest, you'll admit, you're not anxious because you're afraid. You're anxious because there's too much going on in your head. It's clutter.
Yeah.
And you got to calm it down.
Calm the clutter with a little CBD cream.
That's a great slogan. I think we'll use that.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. There's so much more to talk about. We'll be right back with more sleep science after this.
Next on Sleep Science, if you hit snooze, you lose? Or is that just make-believe?
Sleep Cream is the revolutionary all-natural cream made of organic oils and plant extracts. Simply apply Sleep Cream at bedtime and start enjoying. Sleep like a baby and bright-eyed, bushy-tail mornings. I mean, you do want to start sleeping better, right? Try Sleep Cream today.
To order, visit sleepcream.com to start sleeping better guaranteed. And for a limited time, save 20% on your first order by using code MERIT at checkout at sleepcream.com.
Welcome back to Sleep Science. I'm Sonia Azad. Look, I had so much fun with you ladies in the last round. Why not go around again, okay? And this time, folks at home, y'all can play too. So this time we're gonna play something called Sleep Science True or False. So, never hit snooze, true or false?
I say no.
Ooh, Terry says no.
Or don't hit.
Don't hit snooze.
It will break up the sleep cycle. That you need that REM sleep sort of in the morning before you wake up.
Yeah.
I would recommend using your alarm clock to tell you when to go to sleep, not when to wake up. I also recommend a light alarm clock instead of a sound alarm clock because, again, it taps into your body's natural way of waking up. And so it's a lot harder to hit snooze when the room is just gradually getting brighter. It's a more gentle way to wake up.
I also tend to use music or chimes, something that's not like, yes, nothing that's jarring. Who wants to wake up like that? Not me. Okay, can I sleep in on the weekends, true or false?
You want to stay really consistent with your bedtime and wake time, even on weekends and holidays. But if you are super sleep deprived, catching up isn't a bad thing. It's just not something you want to make a habit of.
We call that yo-yo sleeping. We don't want to do that. We want
wanna yo-yo
consistency.
sleep. Okay.
But we also want to make sure we're not accruing sleep debt.
Yes. Side note question, based on what you just said, can you actually catch up on sleep, true or false?
So research has shown that if you have a night of sleep deprivation and then sleep in more the next day, not all of the molecular clearance and waste is removed from the brain. So it doesn't quite fully make up for it. You should still go ahead and get more sleep when you can, but it doesn't cancel it out.
And the thing is to try to avoid any kind of sleep deprivation. I think so many of us try so hard to be more productive by sleeping less so we have more waking hours. But actually, if we get plenty of sleep, which for adults is 7 to 9 hours a night, we are better, we're more efficient, we're more productive. We do our things more accurately. We do better, we think better. So I just think we need to really stick to that 7 to 9 hours and feel the difference, because once you feel that difference, you'll probably be a believer in making it a priority.
Understanding that sleep is productive. Sleep is helping you be more productive. It's not lazy. It's necessary and essential.
Do new moms and shift workers get a pass on all the sleep rules, true or false?
I think we have to take a lot of extra steps. We really have to get buy-in from family and friends, especially for shift workers. I mean, don't disturb people when you know they're sleeping. Take it seriously, respect the need for sleep. I mean, all of us have to be unapologetic, proactive, and protective of our sleep. It's that critical. And I think sometimes shift workers really don't get what they should be getting, and I think more steps need to be taken to get everyone to help make that happen.
It's the FOMO, Terry. You're
Yes.
missing out as a shift worker if you're not at all the fun evening events.
Exactly.
As far as new moms go, you know, there are some really incredible protective mechanisms over the brain and incredible changes that the mother's brain experiences in that phase. So I kind of just always encourage them to stick with it and know that it's just a temporary season.
Yeah.
And on that note, it's important to talk to your doctor at every healthcare provider encounter about your sleep, whether they ask about it or not. Especially the new mothers, we've got depression can be a part of that sleep deprivation. We want to avoid that. So always bring it up. Sleep is a vital sign.
Okay, last question for you. Does turkey actually make you sleepy? True or false? False. So it's just you're eating too much and that's why you fall asleep.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's usually the indulging in a lot of sugar, alcohol, and then kind of overeating that makes you really sleepy.
That was an easy one for them. Okay. Well, I hope you guys at home fared well. I'm kind of half and half on my scorecard in here, but I learned a lot from you both. Thank you so much. We'll be right back with more sleep science after this. Well, we have heard so much about Sleep Crème and how it can help you to sleep like a baby, but will it work for everyone? Well, based on all the feedback, Sleep Crème should improve sleep for almost any adult who uses it nightly. Even if you don't think you're sleeping better, you may feel more alert and refreshed during the next day. It will vary from person to person, and if you have underlying sleep issues, Sleep Crème may be less effective. Again, consult your physician before using any product to help you sleep, including Sleep Crème. You can't have a show on Dr. Phil's Merit TV without checking in on the boss himself. Dr. Phil, what's your sleep secret?
Dr. Phil here. I am so glad you're watching Sleep Science on Merit TV. Now, for years, I've been talking about the importance of sleep. Who could forget the episode called Sleep Deprived and Barely Alive?
Even after I had mentioned that typically I'm not like crack of dawn kind of person, they woke me up at the crack of dawn.
I also remember the couple whose secret to a good night's sleep is separate beds.
Have you noticed a difference in your relationship, and are you finding you're getting better quality sleep?
We certainly both sleep way better. It only brings us positives to have our sort of separate space and good sleep and wake up happy every morning.
The bottom line is, if you are different sleepers, if you have different habits in sleeping, you can save a relationship by sleeping in a separate bed.
While that works for some people, bedtime is an important part of a relationship where you can comfort each other and cuddle. And speaking of cuddling, who sleeps with their dogs? The Cleveland Clinic says sleeping with pets can lead to happiness, security, and warmth. But before snuggling with Snoopy, do your research. For some people, sleeping with a pet can lead to sleep disturbances and other issues. Finally, shut that TV off and put down the smartphone. That's a given. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
Welcome back. We are just about out of time, but I wanted to give each of you a moment for a final thought. Dr. Julie Fratantoni.
Yeah, well, sleep is one of the most powerful cognitive enhancers there is. It's really important to be proactive about your sleep and your brain health to protect it. It's free. It's freely available to you. Just prioritize that.
Yeah. I love that. Terry?
Yes, I'd like to mention drowsy driving. The term is a little benign, but it's as dangerous as drunk driving. And new drivers are especially vulnerable, so we need to get the word out about prevention and education to make that a known problem.
Yeah, agreed. Thank you both so much for your time. And thank you all for joining us. I'm Sonia Azad. Thanks for tuning in to Sleep Science. Sweet dreams. Hi, I'm Sonia Azad with your Merit must-haves, and we are here with Jennifer Adams. Tell me about your towels. They're so soft.
I think they're incredibly soft too, and they're ridiculously absorbent. When you get out of the shower and you're wet, you wrap this on you and the moisture is instantly gone, and you can just put your lotion on and be ready for the day. We make these in a cottage factory in Portugal, like a really small factory, and check out the precious hem detail.
Yes.
And it works in everybody's bathroom environment. It could be a modern environment, a very classic, traditional environment. They're just ridiculously incredible. And the weight to each towel. I love a weighted
That's
towel.
a really good size. And these are simple yet, I think, elevated and elegant.
Yes, and they do the trick. They keep you soft, they get better wash after wash, and they absorb all the moisture immediately.
Perfect. And that's your Merit must-have.